Alright, BobalosRex here, and this is what to do first in Season 3, because that's tomorrow, if you're watching this today. I am doing this a little late. I already did my what to do first in the patch, but what to do first in the season is a little different, especially with what we've been able to do this last week. So, speaking of that, first thing you're going to want to do is get your vault, your first vault of Season 3. And what I would be looking out for, something I didn't get, I'm on the PTR. You'd want to be looking for tier. If you did your tier 8 delves, you'd be looking for hero tier here. That'd be the highest you'd be able to get. You'd see some veteran pieces if you did, or champion pieces if you did some mythic zeros this week here, and we couldn't have done the raid. But you're going to want to check your vault for tier. Now, as far as the other items, you may want to see what you get from other sources first. But if you see a tier piece in there, you're probably going to want to take that. Alright, so you're going to want to check your vault. The next up, getting PvP out the way. If you're a PvPer, you don't really got to do the Ethereal campaign or the Koresh campaign and all that stuff. You are going to want to get threads, but you can get that from a couple of sources. But you can just come over here and buy your honor gear. You're going to want to get a full set of honor gear if you got the honor saved up. It's going to scale you up to item level 710. Your cloak is going to get higher than that with thread count. So, like I said, you are going to want to get your cloak leveled up, but you just need to get thread for that. And then you can start earning honor for Season 3. Remember, you get the achievement to get weapons. Alright, but you don't really need to buy weapons, but you're going to want to be getting your conquest cap for the week and either buy the crafted stuff to do the crafting or start working on getting your tier pieces converted. And we will talk more about tier convert towards the end, but you'll also want to get your bloody tokens cap for the week and buy some of that gear. Bloody token gear is veteran pieces, and they scale to 720 in PvP. And then the conquest gear is champion pieces, 681, and they scale up to 723 in arenas. And like I said, the cloak is going to get to 730, so you are going to have to care about the PvE cloak PvPers just a little bit. But also, don't forget to get your Sparks of War quests and all that stuff over here to get your conquest, get some extra rep, all that good stuff, as well as where we're going to head to next. Koresh, there's going to be a world quest up, so let's head over there now. Alright, so now that we're in Koresh, you do actually, for most everybody, you want to continue the campaign. You want to get the ecological succession unlocked. You want to get the rep for all the goodies behind that. Crafted pieces, mounts, valor stones, coffer keys, carve crest. So you are going to want to do the weeklies here as well, because the weeklies here are going to get you keys, going to get you veteran pieces, and all that good stuff. Alright, so that's going to include the ecological succession, the new warrant for this new week, and of course the special assignment, which will be up here as well as the world boss. You are going to want to take out the world boss as well, but I would put finishing the campaign top of your list. Now there are going to be weeklies back in Dornogal, which we're going to go pick up here in a second, because we're going to talk about delves. Right now, raiders, you'll want to get this stuff done before raid. Alright, so you can get the Mana Forge quest, because it's going to give you a free rune crest that you could use. I don't think you'd use this for your main crafted piece, especially for a raider, because you do want to try to get a gilded piece. But maybe on your second or third piece, having a free rune crest may be good, and you can always upgrade it later. So this could just be good for your first piece, just to get it bumped up right away. And there is one at the end of the rep tree, and you do get 2,000 rep as well as valor stones for all that good stuff. Now, you can either go off to Raid, Mythic Plus, or if you're already PvPing, you can do that stuff. Or, if you got time to do solo stuff, solo players, you should check out the Delves, the new season of Delves. Now, there is going to be this portal to all the bountiful Delves for the day right here in Tazavesh. Alright? Right in here in Tazavesh. And starting this week, this coming week, it's Tuesday, new season will start, so you can begin the quest line with Bran to see all the stuff that happens to him, and then get the quest to actually beat Kai'Veza. Now, I know some people have already beat Kai'Veza on live, and that's great. But now you can get the quest, do it again, knock her out, and you can do it in the question mark difficulty, and then you get this toy, or you can start working on her question mark difficulty. Alright? Also, now that the season will be unlocked for Delves, you can start working on progress for these rewards. Now, it's a lot of the same stuff we've seen. Warbound equipment from Finley, the Delver schematics, toys, decals, purchasable keys, but also right here at 3. At level 9 or above tier Delves, this vendor for trinkets will begin to appear, and you can buy trinkets from that vendor with undercoins. So if you like some of the Delve trinkets, and some of those are good for you, I believe they're going to be champion level, which means you can upgrade it all the way into like hero track item level. You can also get Delver's bounties from Bountiful Delves once a week at tier 2. You don't get them right away. You have to unlock it. But then that's going to allow you to get the map, which gets you a hero track piece. So you are going to want to do Delves if you don't got anything to do to get a hero track piece from your map. Run 11s for Gilded. You can also get your full... If you're not mythic rating or you still want hero track, you want to do 8 Delves for all that. Now, for raiders, if you've already done the weekly, you can just get right into the raid. Normal LFR the first wing is open in LFR. I believe it does have 1 tier piece behind it, so you can work towards that, trying to get that 1 tier piece if you're trying to just get tier pieces unlocked. But then you got normal, heroic, and mythic if you want to get started on that. Mythic item level is freaking 710. Alright, that's as good as the base PvP gear item level in PvP. So people with this gear will be able to roll into the PvP with this gear. And then it scales all the way up to all like 723, I think, is what the max item level is. So that's cool. So you can get into the raid, start getting that done. Most people would recommend you do LFR first, unless it's raid time, then you can get into your raid. And then we got M+ers. So of course, you may have already gotten a key from your vault. If not, you can head over here and get your keystone from her. I misplaced my key. Bada boom. I got a Dawnbreaker, and then the portal to the Timeways will be up. Ain't no equipment for me yet. And then the portals here will take you to Revendreth and Tazavesh in Shadowlands. Alright, so back in Dornogal, of course, you'd want to grab your weeklies so you can get that Pinnacle cash for your 2 veteran pieces this week. If you have some saved up, you can get extra. Alright, so if you're saving some up on alts or whatnot, you get some extra ones. You'll definitely want to get all of them. Alright, worldwide research. So I would have my Pinnacle caches. You want to get that done. You'd also want to make sure you're running Bountiful Delves for rep collectors. You got rep. If you have alts with the Darkmoon Fair buff, I would recommend getting them before, or logging on them to continue the rest of the campaign, as well as clearing out new world quests. Make sure to get your contract at the beginning of the week before you start clearing up world quests as well. And then there's also going to be a couple more side quests. So you may have noticed we haven't gotten Sojourner of Koresh yet. That's because there are a couple more side quests that are going to open this coming week. So you can finish those up. Crafters, auction house people, start selling your augment runes. There is going to be like a week or two before people start. It's actually going to be a bit, maybe 3 weeks till people get here. Then the augment rune is going to really start plummeting. I mean, it's already begun to plummet via the goblin machine. If you go back to Undermine Raid on your tunes, you can still roll that weekly as well. If you want to get some augments for yourself, recommend that. But I recommend getting your supply of augment runes sold. Alright? As well as be ready to craft pieces. People will start crafting this week. Now that they can get Gilded Crest, you'll see more people using their Spark. We won't have 2 Sparks this week. We're just going to get 1 more, but now people are going to be crafting with it because they'll be able to use actual crests. So I'd be ready for that. As well as make sure to buy your fiber, get that crafted. Okay, it is only 1 rank, so you don't have to worry. Just put in the order and it'll be max rank because it only has 1 rank. So you can put in your fiber orders for your cloak. Alright, I'm talking about the fiber that goes in your cloak. And remember, you can head over here, craft an order, and here, let's just type in fiber. Boom. Just put in that crafting order, find your best stat, whatever your class is best statted, and put it in. Send the crafting order. Someone will pick it up. Give them a tip. Give them a decent tip, and someone will pick it up quick. Alright? And then, let's talk about the tier charges. Okay? I did mention it. We are going to get 1 tier charge this coming week, and you can actually get another by completing either Ahead of the Curve, 1800 Rival in PvP, or Keystone Master. You get a tier charge. Okay? So, if you're trying to get a 2-piece, you can have 2-piece Myth Track. Okay? And I'll tell you how to get some Myth Track gear. 1, if you can get into the Mythic Raid, you can get 2-piece tier easy. Because you'll have 2 converts. Or, now here's the big thing. Now, I didn't mention this with the M+, but I'm going to mention it now. So, you can run hard mode Tazavesh, alright? And it drops hero track gear, okay? If you run it on hard mode and no one dies, okay, through the whole thing, everyone gets a myth track piece from the dungeon. Okay? You get a mythic track guaranteed piece from the dungeon if no one dies in the hard mode. Okay? So boom, there's the myth track piece for you. Also, this gets you myth track in your vault. So if you're running 10s, if you can run a 10, that will help you get your myth track. Think about doing that. You want to get, I'd feel questionable about pugging it because you do have to do no deaths. But if you can pug it too, you can get hero track from the bosses. And since it is a normal mythic, right, every boss drops the loot. So you do get to enjoy that aspect of it. Alright, and then, yes, those are the dungeons. So the only 2 far away ones are those 2. Everything else is right here in Kazalgar. Alright, and that's basically it. There is going to be time walking. So it will be Wrath of the Lich King time walking. You'll be able to pick it up from this lady. It's not here on the PTR. And that, you may see Yogg Saron skips. You know, in Legacy or whatever, you'll see like a Yogg Saron skip. Hit that up and get a free hero track piece of loot. And it could contain a mount. You know, the bonus collector's bounty isn't here, but those boxes have a high chance to contain a mount. So you could get Mimron's Head Invincible from that box as well. And then, yeah, if you're looking for some extra rep, don't forget to hit up Homegirl here. You can pick Koreshi Trust and get some extra rep from doing the dungeon quest. And you can do that on follower mode. Alright. And that's everything to do first in the season. Make sure you get your 3 11s for Gilded. Do your 8 Delves. Solo players. Raiders. Get into the raid. Good luck. Race the World First will be starting. Good luck to the teams. Tip from Dratnos, because I have watched a couple of videos. I wouldn't worry about crafting. He said not to worry about crafting boots, because you are going to be using boots from the Demon Hunter boss. And I agree. So only if you're raiding. Good luck in the dungeon. Good luck on your RNG drops. Remember, look at the RNG sources first. Then come back to the vault if you have a hard time deciding what to grab from there. PvPers, good luck ranking. It'll be the start of a fresh season. You'll be limited in your gear. No one will have weapons yet. So y'all know what to do there. And make sure to grab all your keys. Do the world quests and weeklies cycle or route that you do, then go into delves. Alright, so that would be the idea for that. And other than that, I'll see y'all next time. Good luck on your drops, good luck in your vault. I'll see you. Bye-bye.